So we've got a new appraiser coming out today.
So
because it was so off. He compared properties from too long ago.
Oh, I see.
And wrong comparisons. We think 3 and 2 against the 4 and 3.
Person.
You know, it's like,
there's only one person that could actually speak to that, and he's sitting in studio right now. His name is Ryan Dalzell from the Dalzell Group here in California. You know, he's an expert in San Diego real estate, but he's also an expert in real estate internationally. Is this a common problem, Ryan, that you're hearing that Rusty?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is. My brother had the exact same experience he did a refi about 6 months ago.
That'll do it.
And it was I was on the other end of that phone call listening to him fight with the appraiser. It was pretty interesting.
It sounded
beat him up
pretty
good.
Brian brought in
the audio
footage of the audio.
Oh, let's roll that.
You want to hear that?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Ryan's brother talking to
the appraiser. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that was some phone call, Ryan.
That was
it very close?
Eerily similar.
Can you get the appraiser to change their mind or what?
You know,
There was a day.
You're usually not going to change your mind, but the best strategy is to do what you did and call for another second appraisal.
Well, will the banks accept that? Mm-hmm. What is like the most recent appraisal? Is that what they do, or?
Yeah, you've got to
average them or something. Like
no, they're not going to average them. But if you have a good reason why and you can back it up, and a lot of times that second appraisal will be a lot better than
I understand that each loan has to have a new appraisal. Mm-hmm. So these people said, well, then forget this loan. We're just going to sign up for a whole new loan program, and a new appraisal comes in and applies to that one. They don't even look at the last one, that new appraiser. So
that's true.
Well, let's talk about that, because there is some news coming out of Washington today. Big picture perspective on real estate, I think is something that we all should be looking at. But 15-year mortgages at a record low. I hear that on our show almost every day on a new commercial. Not to smack our sponsors around, but that seems to be the sale for all mortgage brokers for the last 15 years.
Yeah, it's a new record low every 2 weeks. And it's true. But the reality is that the buyers have, that message has been well received for a long time. Yeah. So anybody that hasn't acted based on interest rates isn't going to do it right now. But
do you think people are interest rate sensitive anymore, or is it just a non-issue? Everybody expects to have a mortgage below 5%, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's all good for buyers right now, but it's not about the interest rate for them. It's about the down payment.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, actually this weekend, and he was a guy makes a pretty good amount of money, and he said to me, he doesn't care about the interest rate because it's cheaper for him to pay an interest rate than to give it to the government. In other words, he gets an interest, so by having a higher house payment, okay? Let's say his house payment could be $1,500 a month, but now instead it's $2,300 a month because he's paying, let's say, an 8% interest rate or something like that. He said he'd rather pay the extra $800 a month than to not have the deduction and give it to the government.
Yeah.
Which I thought, that's an interesting take at a certain level of income. Although it's got to be tough every month writing that check. But at the end of the day, that's a really good big picture approach. I wonder if anybody's ever done any metrics on that. Have you heard of that philosophy before with wealthy individuals or people making more money that way?
Well, there are plenty of wealthy buyers that we've represented that have chosen to have a mortgage, even when they could pay all cash because of that deduction.
Because of the deduction.
Sure.
Let's talk about issues affecting real estate right now across the country. We have an aging population, and I brought something else up to you. So I want to talk about two things today for you. A is the aging population. When baby boomers enter their retirement years, it's going to gradually have an effect on real estate at some point. There's going to be increasing demand for multi-family senior housing, which you're seeing start kind of pop up now. How do you guys? How do real estate investors prepare for that? Or do you have to kind of wait till it happens?
No, I think that's an actual story right now of a client of mine that the kids live in town, they're doctors, make good money. The parents are getting ready for retirement in the next 2-3 years, but they're looking to buy right now because they're aware of what the rental market's doing. They say, if we can buy a house right now, put somebody in it for 18 months, 2 years, we're going to get some cash flow and then move into the property. So, it's warm areas, coastal areas are definitely driving baby boomers.
Oh, so the old folks don't get all cold and brittle. They need the
cold and brittle.
Yes, that's what
achy knees.
Here's the other thing too, Ryan, is will investment capital dry up a bit as the aging population starts hoarding their money a little bit for retirement? Because let's face it, at some point, you're going to hit you know, when these people that hit this financial crisis that happened, it was 5 years ago, hit to the age where they're set and they want to start, because some people just start investing in real estate after their ducks are all in a row. Some people do it as a profession. I'm wondering if the capital will dry up at some point because of the aging population. Ryan's going to talk about that when we get back from the break. Also, we talked about the changing demands for the type of housing out there, specifically in commercial real estate. Although Ryan's not a commercial real estate guy, there's a lot of conjecture about what's happening in the commercial real estate market. Ryan Dalzell with the Dalzell Group is with us as our real estate expert today. Let me tell you what's going on in the market. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the S&P all down about 1.5%. More from Ryan. DalzellGroup.com as the TV audience is seen on the web. For the radio audience, we go to DalzellGroup.com. Anybody listening to us in San Diego or LA or Vegas or Phoenix that happen to be in this area, check out the website. Big Biz Show, BigBizShow.com, CBS.